everyone, this is Sammy. I don't just cook to impress, I cook to live to eat. Guess what today? I'm gonna cook Italian food. Surprise, surprise! I have an Italian restaurant in Orange. It's called Avido. Avido means very greedy. You know, when you love the food, and sharing food, you can be a little bit greedy. 6 years ago, my friend Damien and Margot show, and then they recommended one of the restaurants in Sydney. It's called Bon Ricardo in Paddington. And then I went there for dinner, and I walk in the restaurant. It's very old-fashioned, like very Italian-style, authentic restaurant. And then I had the bowl of fettuccine with the egg yolk and truffle oil. I was blown away. Particularly this restaurant, it was very simple and clean. I always craving about the very clean and simple food, and then I loved it. After a few weeks later, I booked a trip to Italy very first time, and then I think I lost my virginity for Italy. I traveled down to the Amalfi Way, Positano, up to all the way to north, Rome, Florence, Milano, and then Venice. I just craving for all the food. In particular, I had a very best restaurant, two of them, one in Chianti, one in the Florence. This is one of my favorite restaurants, Darino Cecchini. He's got a butcher shop in Pangiano. You should go try the restaurant. It's all about the meat, how they treat animals. And I had a great trip, and I come back to Orange and think about community, what I can do for the community. That's the way I get started all Italian restaurant journey. Today, I'm gonna make very, very easy, simple Alla Puttanesca pasta. It's got an anchovy, fishy, oily, like that painting. And Asian love fish. It's a fermented fish. And then we always try to bring in all this umami flavor into your dishes. But I think using anchovy is the best way you can create umami on your plate. Very simple, well balanced. That's why I choose Alla Puttanesca. Let's start from the scratch. I'm gonna make Neapolitan sauce. Very simple, no get stressed, okay? I'm using 2 big tomatoes, same amount of the tomato tint, and then we're gonna mix together. I need to peel off their skin. Just cross into the bowl, and then boiling water. We'll leave it probably 1 minute. Put aside, I'm gonna chop garlic. Maybe the reason I this recipe, not only the fish, also I love garlic. Now gravy, you need a thick pot. Bones should be thick because you're gonna braise it. I'm gonna use just normal olive oil. You don't have to use extra virgin, anything like fancy olive oil, this sauce. When you cook with the olive oil, you don't wanna use very high heat because olive oil's got a very low smoking point. You wanna use medium heat. We just cover up and let it infuse all the garlic flavor into the olive oil. Take this beautiful tomato, I'm gonna peel off the skin. Very satisfaction to peel off. And then I wanna cut just small pieces. It's boiling now, I'm gonna reduce fire. Olive oil got a very pretty low smoking point. You don't wanna burn it. The olive oil, like green flavor and then garlicky flavor is infused quite well now. In the meantime, I'm gonna open this one, and we're using half of the fresh tomato, half of tin tomato. Now the garlic starts brown a little bit. I'm gonna chuck in the tin tomato, then fresh tomato. We're using high heat at the moment. Once it boils, and we reduce heat to medium high or medium, and then we braise it for 20 or half an hour. Sauce has been boiling half an hour with the medium heat, and look at this thickness of sauce. We're going to add fresh basil. And then, of course, Asian. My mom told me you have to wash everything. It's quite a joke, sometimes you watch a cooking show, they just grab everything without wash. That drives me nuts. So I'm gonna wash and chug into it. And then now we reduce heat very, very small because I want to keep this basil flavor. Look at already red color, green color, it looks delicious. And then I'm gonna put some salt, probably 4 pinch. And then also a little bit of pepper. Now we have Neapolitan sauce. You can use this one when you make pizza, arancini ball, meatball, we're using a lot. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredient. We're gonna have an anchovy fillet here. It gives you umami flavor, but it can be very fishy. So you need a garlic. Asian love garlic, so it's balanced out. I like to use the black Spanish olive. It's not Italian olive, but when it goes to the red color, and then it gives you lovely color contrast between red and black. And then caper. Caper got a saltiness, sourness, and a little bit of spice kicks in it. It makes all the dishes balance out quite well. And of course, we have a chili. You remember chili story last time video? And we have a little cherry tomato. And I got a very best olive oil here, extra virgin olive oil. When you've picked a good olive oil, you should have a dark bottle. When you open it, you smell like it's very green, you know, like grass smell on it. Other thing is very important. Let's go about the cheese. A lot of people, they call Parmesan cheese, but there's a lot of different cheese in the world. But in Italy, we have two different big variety. One is the Parmigiano Reggiano and it's Grano Padano. I think Parmigiano is a certain reason, you know, it has to fermentate at least 12 months. But Grano is a more wider reason, and also 9 to 12 months is a bit different. Parmigiano Reggiano is a little bit more deep flavor, and it's got a nice, for me, it's got a nice acidity. And then also it's very earthy. Today, I'm gonna use Parmigiano Reggiano. This is $12.50. I'm sure you can afford it. Coffee's already $5. Come on, put your effort to get this one. Okay, Asians all about chop, chop, chop. Let's chop it. First, garlic. Probably you're using 1 clove of garlic, but you know, I love a little bit extra garlic for my dishes, so I'm gonna 1.5. Now I'm chopping olives. You can put as much as you want. I love olives. Transfer into the bowl. Then we don't need to chop this one, because when you bite caper on the dishes, I think it's a little joy. But I think some people, they smash it. But I want to use it as it is. Now, smelly anchovy. Some people like this anchovy. We quite often customer came to me, can you don't put anchovy? But I always ask them, do you have allergies? Anchovy, they say no, they just don't like fish. But I say, can you just try? If you don't like it, I'll cook it again, because anchovy is a very important element for these dishes. And then most people, they like it. Then I'm gonna transfer into the bowl. Now, cherry tomato, I just wanna cut half. Probably you need 7 of them, cutting half. So we got all ready to go, because it's very quick time process to cooking. So everything get ready. Now we cook pasta. When you're cooking pasta, you're trying to always use biggest pot you have. Pasta bring a lot of starch. You don't want to stick together, and then always big pot is very good, handy for you. And then I'm gonna add some salt, just generous amount of salt, and some olive oil. I add olive oil because it helps they not stick together, and it gives you little element to the pasta as well. Now I boiled this pasta around 7 minutes, but let me taste it. It's al dente. I don't really big fan of al dente, but I like my spaghetti cooked for my preference. So you can cook whatever you want, okay? We don't cook to impress. We cook to live to eat. Okay, medium heat. As I told you, the olive oil, we're gonna use very best olive oil, just generous amount. And the garlic, once garlic start a little brown, the bubbles, and then I'm gonna add the other stuff as well. It's gonna start bubbles, and I'm adding chopped anchovy. Ooh, this anchovy is gonna give you good flavor, very good. Add some pepper, some olives, and then now I'm gonna put this Neapolitan sauce. I got pasta ready. Don't worry about to excess this water, because it helps you consistency of this pasta. With this stage, I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese, just a little bit. Parmigiano Reggiano. And then now my chopstick skill. I'm gonna put some tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, and a little bit of pepper. Last bit, my favorite part. Sprinkle of the chili. I want to put extra because I love spices. Again, the best olive oil. And then cheese. And then just nice touch. Beautiful basil leaves. Now we have Alla Puttanesca. Now taste. Ooh, God, I'm greedy. I want to put everything on the mouth. I think it's delicious. I hope Gloria approved these dishes. It's got a nice saltiness, well balanced from the acidity from caper. The fish umami flavor and the garlic toned down a little bit that fish flavor. The nice Parmigiano Reggiano, the fresh basil pungent. Is wonderful dishes. I hope everyone tried this one. It's very easy and simple. And don't forget like and subscribe me. Remember guys, we don't just cook to impress. What? I cook to live, live to eat. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.